If you're like me and use ChatGPT or other generative AI tools on a daily basis, I'm sure you're familiar with this problem of finding your most important conversations. ChatGPT adds your chats in a scroll, and after a while, it becomes very difficult to find your most important conversations. One of the features of ChatGPT is that once you find the link or the conversation, you can continue your conversation, add or ask more questions, or even retrieve information from that chat. And I'm here to show you how Kurator can help you solve this problem. Let's take a look. Kurator is a Chromium browser extension, which means it's easily accessible on any web page. To save this conversation on ChatGPT, I simply activate Kurator, and it will then scrape information off of the page and allow me to modify it. And I'm going to add my own title here, Organizing ChatGPT Conversations. And what makes Kurator really unique is your ability to create custom prompts and apply them to the page. For my ChatGPT purposes, I have created an intent decoder, which will create a summary of the page and also list all of the questions, which is important for me to remember what this conversation was about. I can then give it a content tag that also identifies the project for me, second brain, Kurator, and I can also instantly choose where I want to save this. I'm going to save it to my research. If I wanted to add the author, which in this case would be me, I can also do that. All of these content tags allow me then to quickly filter information inside of Kurator and create it. Next, we're going to take a look in Kurator to see how all of this is organized and how we can access them. Kurator is designed as your browsing companion, a place where you can organize access to all of your information. And to make it easily accessible, I pin my Kurator tab in the browser and move it to the left-hand side so I can always easily find the information that I'm looking for. Here is the ChatGPT conversation that we just stored. As I mentioned, I can quickly filter now information. For example, if I click on the ChatGPT publisher filter, it's going to quickly filter every ChatGPT conversation under my research. Different project folders have different conversations. For example, under my website research, I have specific conversations stored for that project. And it's not only limited to ChatGPT. I can store any conversation. For example, here I've used Gemini to analyze my synthetic audiences. I can click the edit button and quickly go through the summary before I even reach the page. And if I wanted to reach the page, I simply click on it and it's going to open up that conversation in my browser so I can continue my conversation or get specific information from that. Now, inside of Kurator, I wanted to show you the OpenAI prompt module. Here, I can very quickly create different prompts. For example, here's my intent decoder, analyze the provider chat log. Your goal is to identify users' underlying intent. The point here is that you can create any type of prompt. I can have one for chat summary. You can see it's a different prompt, so depending on your project and purpose, you can have different custom GPTs that operate on the page for you. This is a very powerful tool. It allows you to pick the LLM for the chatbot, and in the near future, we are going to have connections, other APIs for different types of LLMs that you can choose in order to operate and summarize content within Kurator. Give it a try. This is a huge productivity booster for managing your ChatGPT conversations, your second brain for every conversation that you have on AI.